All right, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makar Kadash. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching us His word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. Salutation to the elect and all those that fear the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, I'm the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson. And this is a quick lesson on pride. What inspired this lesson was a story about this guy. Actually, he's in the thumbnail. This guy right here. You know, this guy named this rapper named E Moneybags, and another guy. He was a street guy, and another street guy, Supreme McGriff. This guy was. Both of these guys were drug dealers and robbers. Just niggas. And pride is the main reason why Jake get put down in this world. And when I say put down, I mean put to death. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these things people realize after the fact, after somebody passed or checked. Then everybody gets calm and they say things like, pride isn't good. If men would just put their pride to the side, things can work out. And the reason why pride is so prevalent amongst our people is because they're rebellious against the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Another one, the reason why Jake is killing each other like it's going out of style, is because of the curses. Your eye is evil towards your brother. And us in this truth, um, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai teaches us, especially when you read the word, man, that, pride is not something that we ought to have amongst the body, because none of us brought ourselves in this truth. None of us put ourselves on this earth. None of us put our spirit in these bodies. It was the will of the Heavenly Father through His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, that did these things. And in the grand scheme of things, we're extremely insignificant. Real quick, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40. Salakia. 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 Um, Excuse me, Salakia. Khan, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40. I'm going to start at 21, points in 22. It says, Have ye not known? Have ye not heard? Has it not been told you from the beginning? Have ye not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell therein, that bringeth the princes to nothing. He maketh the judges of the earth as vanity. Right? And who is this? This is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And the Lord compared us to grasshoppers, something that's small, especially in the sight of He that sitteth upon the circle of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Which is the Most High. And the Lord said what? That the earth is the Heavenly Father's footstool, man. But you got people running around this earth, people running around this earth thinking that they're more than what they actually are. And that comes from pride. The scriptures speak about how pride is extremely destructive. You know, I'm gonna read this precept real quick. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach and the Apocrypha, chapter 10. Salaki. Yeah, I'll start at 6. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices. And that's what happened in the so-called Black, Latino, Native American neighborhoods, so-called communities, reservations, wherever our people dwell at. They deal with each other in hatred. But Esau, he'll come in, he'll wipe you smooth the fuck out, and you'll say you forgive this man, and actually forget this man. You think that he's above reproach. But meanwhile, your own neighbor, which is your neighbor, is your fellow Israelite. All right, it's not talking about these heathens that round about the earth. All right, it says we're not supposed to bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and that's what you see happen. So this guy right here, his name is E Money Bags. He had hatred for his fellow brother, which was this guy right here, and both of these niggas was wicked, but this guy, they was telling another story about this guy, so-called E Moneybags. They was telling another story about this character, and he got angry at a rapper just because somebody else had his particular name. Because this dude was from the streets, and the other guy was a nigga that was in the industry, you know, and he got offended, and so this dude wanted to take out Jay-Z, just kill him, just because he felt offended, and it was really because of that pride. All right, the scripture says this about pride: pride goeth before this, uh, pride goeth before destruction. Hold on, right? See yep. This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. See, the scriptures has an answer for everything. Okay, and if the Lord is working with you, you're gonna get that understanding of that answer. You know, this is an instruction book, like Apostle Gabar said. This is a living document. All right. So everything that the Lord is saying in this book, the Bible, it pertains to us as we live on this earth. It pertains to us as we operate with one another on this earth, and it start with us, the Israelites, because we deal with each other before we deal with these nations. That's how it's supposed to be, right? It's the book of Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. You know, so that the word, I mean, in the NLT, right? It says pride goes before destruction and haughtiness before a fall. All right, and you look up that term haughtiness. What is haughtiness? Because a lot of our people are in this spirit, the men as well as the woman. You know, as well as the woman. Right? Haughtiness is the appearance or quality of being arrogantly superior, disdainful, man. Right? So it says pride goeth before destruction, and haughtiness, which is arrogance and disdainness, before a fall. So ultimately, these things will have you falling in the earth. All right? And you wonder why Jake be 18, 20 years old, 26, 30 years old. Jake, a lot of these Jakes that's in the ground, that's back in the spirit world right now, they didn't even make it to 40 years old. You know why? Because they lived a life of pride. You know, there's another precept. I think I got it, but I'm gonna get it in. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Pride is um, which really it was idolatry, was the beginning. Hold on, of pride, right? That's uh that was really the beginning of pride, because here it is, somebody created something, and then they called it a god to be worshipped, right? They called it something that to be adhered to, when the man just made this shit out of his own mind, right? Salakia, just bear with me, brothers. Yeah, actually, I think it's in the same precept. So let me keep reading. This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 6. It says, bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices. Let's see what this actually says in a Good News translation. All right, in a Good News translation. Let's see what it says. Okay. Okay. Um, Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, verse 6, in a Good News translation. Hopefully it shows up, right? Come on, man. Right. This is Sirach. Come on, man. God damn, bro. I hate these computers, bro. I really hate these computers. I really do, man. They're a waste of fucking money. Anyway, Sirach chapter 10, verse 6 in the GMT, right? It says, that's definitely yeah. Sometimes the GNT be going off, you know. right? It says a long illness puzzles the doctor. Even a king may be alive today. Once one, that's not. That's not. Oh, it was 6, right? Sirach 10:6, right? It says, "Don't be angry with someone for every little thing he does wrong," right? Because we supposed to have mercy amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? Don't do anything out of injured pride. And most people, when they do things, when they react in this world, they react because of pride. You know, most people, well, regular people in the world, when something crazy happens, like let's say somebody gets shot and killed, and they'll say like, "Oh, you know, he shot him over a crappy dice game," and you'll blame the cause of that man or woman's death because of a dice game. But really, it was just pride. It was something simple that could have been worked out. It was a disagreement. This guy lost his life. Well, the surface reason why this dude died was over $1,000, and his pride was injured when this man told him he wouldn't give him the money back. Mind you, both of these niggas are street dudes. $1,000 is nothing to these guys. Well, I'll let you hear him say it.
Yeah. But when you got pride and yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. But when you got
it was a little bit of money because
money really was
it, and then that escalated into car, didn't want to pay it. It's like someone owed money for a car, didn't want to pay it, and then that escalated into a different situation.
Yeah, there was no money really. There was no money.
Yeah, it was a little bit of money because it was like a, it was like a.
You walk around with it every day. You can pull out your pocket. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. But when you got pride and you got ego, you know, and they're steering the car, driving the car, you don't get where you're going. You never get where you're going.
And that's right. When you got pride dictating your reactions or actions, you're never going to get where you're going. Meaning you're never going to have, you're never going to get any problem resolved amongst you or anyone else. You're never going to get any understanding of why people are feeling a certain way because of that pride. All right. When you introduce pride into the mix, it destroys everything. All right. It destroys relationships. It destroys trust. It destroys integrity. Okay. And that's ultimately what that is. All right. So again, Sirach in the Sirach chapter 10 in the GNT, it says, verse 6, don't be angry with someone for every little thing he does wrong. Don't do anything out of an injured pride. All right. Let's go back to the KJV. Verse 7, Ecclesiasticus 10:7. Pride is hateful before the heavenly Father and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Right? In the NLT, it says arrogance and injustice are hated by both the Lord and people. And arrogance and injustice, it comes from pride. Like we live in a world where the king of pride, the so-called white man, he's ruling everything. Everybody's in a prideful mindset because of this man and the spirit that he pushes out. He had people thinking that, women say, this is my body. I could do what I want to do with my body. It's my life. But in reality, it's not. Your life don't belong to you. Your life is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's. Your body belongs to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And in righteous a righteous order, a woman's body belongs to her husband. Okay? It don't belong to her. She just can't do anything that she wants with it. But you see what happens. Where Esau put that spirit out there, Salakia, where Esau pushed that spirit out there, that's what people believe in, you know? And it stems from idolatry. Images like this, the white Christ, he just loves you. He don't care what you do. He don't care how you feel. You can murder a gang of people and you can always come back to this character and he'll save you. That's pride. To think that this statue represents the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. To think that this statue represents Yahweh Shai, his sacrifice, and the pain and the turmoil he had to go through to endure on that cross. But that's pride. And it's hateful in the sight of man and the Most High. Right? Right? The Heavenly Father don't look at pride as something to be exalted. You know, you look at the so-called those happy people, the colorful people. They use the Lord's rainbow, and they have a whole month dedicated to that spirit called Pride Month, and that's wicked. And where did it start from? Where did it begin? The state of Israel with them Amalekites, and then they pushed it all around the world. So now you have happy pride all around the world, and all it is people destroying themselves because of the lust of their hearts. All right, destroying themselves and celebrating it. That's why the scripture says, "All that hate me love death." All right, because you gotta understand, you're not. None of us are anything. I'm just a servant of Yahweh Shem Shai. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Lord willing, I endure to the end. If Yahweh Shem Shai see fit, then I'll be rewarded for my works. But at the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Ain't nobody gonna clap their hands because you did what you were supposed to do. All right. So I don't deserve any special this or special that, and that's how I see it, because pride has no room for me in my life. But it's a demon. It hops on all of us. We all got to fight that demon off, especially when you're amongst the body, because you could commit iniquity by having that kind of pride, by having pride on you. Period. And it's hateful. Nobody likes to see that. Not the Heavenly Father and not me. Verse verse uh verse verse 9. Sirach 10 and 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? And that's all we are at the end of the day. We're nothing more than earth and ashes. That's with a spirit. Our bodies are a home for our spirit that was given to us by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We didn't create our spirits. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua did that. You know? And it's crazy when I take flights in the air, when I get on an airplane and I look out the window, it always makes me think how insignificant man is on this earth. I mean, we all have our place, but when you think about it, you like 30, 40,000 feet in the air, and you look down on the earth, and you can't see people walking on the earth, but you know that there's people injuring other people, there's people afflicting other people with violence, there's people that are prideful against one another, there's people down there extorting one another, destroying one another. But it looks nice and quiet from the air until you get down on the ground and you start to see how these grasshoppers eat each other up. Grasshoppers is a reference for man, right? Let me go back to that real quick. Isaiah 40 and 22. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Right? Because the Lord creates everything. Yahweh Shai create all things. He stretches the heavens out. That's why the universe is constantly expanding. Right? It's the Most High that do these things. All right? Not man. We can't even go in space without a damn suit on. You know? And chiefly that's for the Edomites. Their pride has brought them up that high that they believe that they're gonna, endure forever. They got something that none of these other kingdoms had, ever. And they believe that it's gonna go on forever and ever. But their pride is gonna bring them down. Real quick, back in the NLT of the same precept, Isaiah 40:22. The Most High sits above the circle of the earth. The people below seem like grasshoppers to him. He spreads out the heavens like a curtain and makes his tent from them. So, the spirit world's out there, all right? And we're like grasshoppers on the earth. So that's another reason why pride we have no reason to be proud. We're earth and ashes, bro. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. And Esau has really pushed that spirit of covetousness, wanting something that somebody else have. And the whole world is in that mindset, especially the children of Israel, the sons of Israel. They move in that mindset. You want another man's woman. That's pride. I could do better than him. You hear this music, I could love you better than him. I could do this better than him. That's pride. You know what I'm saying? So you want another man's woman. You want another man's belongings. Oh, that nigga shining. I gotta have that. Now I have to earn something, some money, so that I can get my own. No, the easy way. What you think is easy, I'm gonna just snatch it off somebody's neck and then walk around with it, and then have the audacity to put it on your neck in public in the same place where you took this from. And these men, they're scared of you, so they don't want to lose their life over something petty as a piece of jewelry or some money. So people just looking at you and you walking around like, yeah, nobody's messing with me. But that's pride, like that dude barbecue in Haiti. Walking around with his Masonic medallion on, knowing he's tapped in on some level that he's able to do that, and he walking around Haiti, the people starving, catching hell, holy hell in that country, and he's walking around that place like he can't be touched. He's untouchable, and ultimately the Most High is gonna get rid of him and people like him, people with that same mindset. And Esau props up people like that. They love people like that, you know. So again, it says there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, and that's where you get people selling out. You got these artists, these actresses, these people in Esau's upper echelons of our nation. What do? They sell Esau their soul in order to get his crumbs. But they do it as if it belongs to them. That's pride. You know what I'm saying? Because while he liveth, he casteth out his bowels. Right? In the NLT, in the GNT, it says we are only dust and ashes. What have we got to be proud of? Nothing. That is that we have nothing to be proud of. Our bodies decay even while we are alive. Exactly. From the moment you are born in this world, you're dying. You may get older if the Lord have it, but you're still dying. You're decaying even as you live. So you can't stop that. You can't stop the decaying process. You can't stop the sicknesses. You can't stop the pain, the hurt. None of that. You can't stop anything. You just gotta deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But as you live, again, you're dying. It says I'm sorry, Salakia. Um, yeah, right? So again, it says, why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth out his bowels. Yep, yep. It says, verse 10, a physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. So even these kings can't live forever. Look at Jacob Rothschild. Look at Evelyn de Rothschild, right? Look at these men that were kings on our earth, like real kings on our earth, had control of countries and nations via their economic arm, but them niggas still died. They got old, they got wrinkly, and they died. You did all of that wickedness in the earth, and ultimately you die. You can't stop the heavens. You can't stop the Most High from bringing your spirit back to the heavens. Everybody got a date. You know what I'm saying? It says in Job that the Most High, let me get that real quick. Job 14:5. Job 14:5. Right? It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So here it is, the Heavenly Father have already appointed everybody's bound, especially Esau Edom, where he can't pass. You can't make it go shorter, you can't make it go longer. There's a cutoff point with Esau and any man period on this earth. Everybody got an exit date. And the most only Yahweh Shem Shai know that date. It can have mercy on you to either cut it short or keep it longer. You know? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, again, where pride is really is fruitless, you know? There's no there's no there's no real reward in having pride and being prideful in this world. There's a precept that I wanted to get. It says pride. Let's see if I can find it. Just bear with me, brothers. I thought I found it. Just bear with me. Uh, yep. Verse 12. Sirach 10 and 12. Right. Let's go to that. Sirach 10 and 12. Right. It says the beginning of pride is when one departeth from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. Right. And it that comes from idolatry. All right. That comes from that comes from idolatry. When you leave Yahweh Shem Shai and you go worshiping an idol, something that's not real, something that's vain, something that was created by somebody's thoughts or hands, that's come on, man. That's the beginning of pride. It says, verse 13, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that have it shall pour out abominations, and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. And that's what the Heavenly Father did to us. The reason why we went through all of that hell, tribulation, the slavery, the destruction, captivity to captivity, ultimately because of our pride, which led us to worship idols and to sacrifice unto these idols and to take the name, blasting the name of the Heavenly Father in the sight of these heathens, where Yahweh Shem Shai has given us everything, opened up it, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to us, and we turned our backs on the Lord. So the Lord turned his back on us and allowed us to be overcome by our enemies and destroyed us utterly. You know what I'm saying? It says, for pride is the beginning of sin. Because when you have it, when you get into that prideful mindset, you'll just break the law. That's the beginning, when you think that you something that you're not. The definition for pride is a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements, which really your achievements belong to Yahweh Shem Shai. The achievements of those with whom one is closely associated, or from qualities or possession that are widely admired. All this self gratification. You know, all consciousness of one's own dignity, self-esteem, dignity, honor. But you can't give yourself those things. Those things come from Yahweh Shem Shai. All right? Okay? This is the Obadiah chapter 1, verse 3. And it says, Edom will be humbled. Because Esau's going to be knocked off his high horse. That big red high horse that he been riding around the earth with, causing wars, allowing people, making people kill each other. Right? He's going to get knocked off that horse. It says, Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's pride. You say something like that in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai, oh man, that's pride, to think that you're greater than the Most High. You got your Space Force, you got your militaries, you got this whole globalization of the earth. You about to put everybody in digital slavery through the sea hip. You think that you're the Most High because the Lord was quiet while you did all of this shit, and you've been on a winning streak for over 500 years. So in your mind, nobody's gonna take you down. These super elite families been ruling, death after death, life after life. They coming back, and they always come back in the same position because y'all make sure that y'all deal with each other. You don't let the line get outside of the super elite families. And so in your mind, it's like, look, we always gonna bounce back. You think you got a surefire plan, but the Lord gonna get you. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and that's America's symbol animal is the eagle. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, your space stations, all right, your space weapons, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Rashad. So the Lord's going to bring this man down. His pride have deceived him, and pride is very deceiving. It'll have you thinking that you're something and you're not. And again, it ultimately leaves man with a bad taste in his mouth, and the Heavenly Father definitely can't stand it in his sight. Because who are we? Now there's people that are on this earth that are set high. There's people that are set low. But who was the one that did that? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And then you look at how Jake deal with each other. I was watching a video earlier. This kid in Philadelphia, this guy, he got shot because he was trying to tell a dude to move from in front of his house because somebody shot his house up. And instead of the guy being agreeable, both of them had guns, but the one dude pulled his gun out and then he just shot him. He put him to death and drove off. And that man running around Philadelphia or anywhere else, he's running around right now proud of the fact he done put somebody to death for nothing. Absolutely a conversation. That man didn't put your kids to death. That man didn't, rob you of your freedom, like Esau did. You Jakes, you'll shoot each other like it's nothing. But you'll never in a million years think of arming up or clipping up and going against the so-called white man for all the wickedness that he done did to you, man. He just gets a pass. You think he's just better, but when it comes to your own brother, you just murder him. And that's another reason why Jake is gonna get all this great ass whooping called Jacob's Trouble. Because that's niggas is walking in pride. Even though that nigga wasn't right, the guy that got put to death, he was a Muslim. So he was proud, following Ali Akbar and Muhammad, following these idols. So ultimately, he got ushered back into the spirit world. But that other guy, he's going to get done away with too, because the Lord killed two birds with one stone, man, that day. But again, all of that shit happened because of pride. Oh, nigga, you stepped on my shoe. Oh, nigga, there's a beautiful clip from that TV show, The Boondocks. Had something called the nigga moment, which really should just be called a pride moment, right?
Watch where you walking, nigga. Hey, what you say, nigga?
Watch closely. You're about to experience a nigga moment. Webster defines the nigga moment as a moment when ignorance overwhelms the mind of an otherwise logical Negro man.
What did you say?
Yeah, it says when ignorance overwhelms the mind of an otherwise logical Negro man, right? Which really that ignorance is pride.
Nigga, hey, squeeze it, nigga.
Causing him to act in an illogical, self-destructive manner.
And that's what pride does. Pride causes you to act in an illogical and destructive manner.
I.e., like a nigga.
I.e., like a nigga. You see? I.e., like a nigga. And who's the biggest nigga on the planet? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. That should be his moniker. But he give it to Jake. Because this is what pride does. It causes you to act in an otherwise illogical manner. Instead of thinking with understanding, you act in a logical, self-destructive manner. And this guy's what was that? I think I might have this guy what's his face? E-Money Bags.
Well,
Yeah, this guy's.
I think it was after
this guy's friend, E-Money Bags. This dude right here, he died in a nigga moment, and nigga moments happen 24/7, 365 days of the year. You don't listen to logic. You don't listen to reason. You can't reason with a nigga. You really can't. You just gotta step away. You know what I mean? You just gotta move. You can't be around a nigga. I think that same Boondocks episode, um, Stink Meaner took uh somebody's parking spot, and then he just went off. He just lost his mind. Another one, he stepped on somebody's sneakers, and niggas don't accept. Excuse me. They take it personally. Nigga, you stepped on my sneakers, acting like the black woman, and she's full of pride. And raised these young men. You know, she raised these males, because I can't call them men. She raises these males, and they become like her, extremely self-destructive, volatile, illogical, and unreasoning, and prideful of all things, right? So you have these domino effect of people walking around in this mindset, and it's not good. Pride is not good in the body of Yahweh Hashem Shai. Neither will it serve you in the world. You have to practice humility. I'm gonna leave you with this quote from Apostle Bar. You know, he said this. I stood in his living room when he said it. He said, "Humility will bring you a long way, take you a long way in this truth, man. Never forget humility, man. Never forget it. You know, it allows you to learn how to take criticism without taking it personal. It'll allow you to be introspective and to improve yourself from within. You know, humility, our Lord Yahweh Shai, he's an excellent example of humility. Because even though the man that will betray him was amongst them, he even picked him out. You know, he didn't let that stop him from washing that man's feet. He blessed that man, even though that man was about to go and have him executed or apprehended and later to be executed. Because he understood, one, that it was written. It had to be this way. You know? So, and Judas didn't have no control over that. The Lord set him up to do that. Judas couldn't have been proud like, yo, man, I did that. No, man, he ended up committing suicide because he felt that bad. You know, but that was his story. That's what he was created to do. And, you know, that's why the scripture also says, let the multitude perish that was born in vain. A lot of these people that perished early, that will perish during Jacob's trouble, that will perish through nuclear fire, they were born to die. They were born in vain. These people weren't born to walk into the land of Israel through salvation of Yahweh Shem Yahushai because they were faithless, you know, right? And they were prideful. Okay, and so I just wanted to bring this out. I didn't mean to make it this long, but this has been a lesson on pride. So that say shalom, on to the next.